I mean, he's like a crazed lunatic. Round eyes, nation that is no longer admired, respected, or listened to on the world stage.
Shut up! Now, who sent you?
Together, we're going to defend our freedoms. You know where it was? Iowa. It's called corn, but it's certainly not great for your climb. Your climb, they call it climate.
Say another motherfucking word, and this shit is over.
You didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay.
Shut the fuck, shut. Did I say, no? Oh, shit. Say it again. Say something else.
Say it again. Sorry, I just love that part. Welcome back to the show. I'm Jeremy. This is Mike. And we got another good show lined up for you guys today. A couple topics. Mostly we're going to be talking about the Trump family attempted takeover of the RNC. And Trump is in Pennsylvania and South Carolina pretty much just talking gibberish for the most part. Yeah, but before we get into that, there is something that I want to address, and since the Super Bowl has just happened, the absolute overt racism and ignorance towards what is called, quote, the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. The fake outrage is driving me crazy. Like, are you really that upset about a song? And if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it is a very uplifting song. It's I wish it's actually, I think, better than the actual national anthem. But what do you think?
Shh. Sorry, FBI. He didn't say that.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yep, my bad. But I just don't get the fake outrage. Like, there was people on Twitter like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl because of Taylor Swift or because of the Black National Anthem. Like, okay, it was the most watched Super Bowl in NFL history, I believe. Yeah. So they could give a shit what you think.
It was I'm going to screw up the stat, but it was like the most watched thing since the moon landing.
Yes, it's the moon landing. It was the most watched television event since the moon landing. I mean, come on. So this is Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk and a couple of his racist Nazi buddies talking about.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's just these guys showing they're such snowflakes. These people get upset about everything. Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Swift was on TV for what, 1% of the Super Bowl?
Yeah, something like that.
And there's Taylor Swift ruined the Super Bowl. Oh, it was a Democratic psyop It's so dumb. All right, just watch this clip and then you tell me how ridiculous these people are.
We were subjected to the so-called Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, before the actual national anthem. I am sick of this. It's not necessary. It's, to me, played in this context, it's divisive. There's one national anthem for all of us, every American. There is no point, and actually, it's really a middle finger to the country and to those of us who love each other, irrespective of skin color, to try to divide us by race when we get to anthems at the Super Bowl.
I mean, literally the song, you want to lift everybody's voices up, and you're excluding every other race. It makes no sense to me. I don't even know they've been doing this back since 2020. There's one national anthem. That's it. This is just, what is Matthew McConaughey? This is a floozy. This is a this is all it is.
Didn't we fight like a huge war inside the country so we would stop doing this? So we'd have one national anthem.
What?
We have one of the reasons that aliens won't talk to us is because we're this stupid.
Wait, the Civil War was about having one national anthem?
Yeah, that's why we fought the Civil War, because we were worried about the fucking national anthem. I mean, these people are absolutely. Is that
that panel of 25 to 35 something white guys?
Yeah,
definitely has their pulse.
And then she has the nerve to say, of those of us who love each other, irrespective of skin color, as you interview known racists on your show, people that support Nazi ideals. Okay. Yeah, we think you really love everybody. But who, what is, I had to look it up. Like, what is such a big deal? Because when people make a big deal out of stuff I don't think is a big deal, I look up to find out why they're making it such a big deal, and I can't figure it out. I looked up, this is right off of the NAACP website, Lift Every Voice and Sing, often referred to as the Black National Anthem. It was a hymn written as a poem by the NAACP leader James Weldon Johnson in 1900. His brother, John Rosamond Johnson, composed the music for the lyrics. A choir of 500 school children at a segregated Stanton school where James Weldon Johnson was principal performed the song in public in Jacksonville, Florida, to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's birthday. I mean, this has significance.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that this was written by the Black community in America as a thank you for helping lift them up and raise their voices and acknowledge that they are human beings. Now,
and the first time it was performed publicly was for Abraham Lincoln's birthday, the man who ended slavery.
Now we have known racists and white woman tears, the queen of white woman tears, Megyn Kelly.
No kidding, right?
Who is almost constantly clutching her pearls in every video she does. And
I know.
Okay, what are we upset about? Again, this comes back to the right stole the word patriotism. Stole the idea of it, stole the flag, stole the national anthem, which I don't care. Take the national anthem. But the point is yet again, this is their way of trying to make themselves seem virtuous, righteous, almost ordained in their mentality of we know what's best for the whole country. Everything that is the way it was is best. Anything that mentions that things aren't perfect is best. And if you mention that things aren't perfect, you're not a patriot. Stop pretending like it matters, because you're not upset when they sing God Bless America before the national anthem.
Right.
So the fact that some people call it the Black national anthem is the only thing you fixate on. Come on. Maybe you going, how dare those Black people try and be Black people? Maybe go, wow, what are the lyrics of this? What does this stand for? Why was it introduced? Why are they doing it now? Have a conversation and say, why do you, instead of having 3 white male racists, get 3 Black women on there. Get 3 Black women on there and say, do you support this being played and known as what is it's known for? And why is it important to you? That's what a conversation is. Getting racists to back up your talking point that your racist producer wrote for you for your teleprompter is not an in-depth conversation.
Right. And if you're that offended by a song, they have invented this amazing new tool called a mute button, where it actually shuts the sound, or volume. They have a volume button too. You can actually turn it down. Go walk your dog.
You are making an excellent point. My only problem with that, I believe, again, they're saying the loud part, whatever, they have that phrase.
Quiet part out loud. Yep,
it's exactly. Not that they are upset about hearing the song. They are upset about seeing a Black person on the screen representing something they don't understand. This is already a sport where 75% of the league are Black men.
Yeah.
So maybe stop taking the land-owning, slaveholder, mandingo fighting position of let these Black people shut up and just entertain me and actually listen to what they have to say.
Right. I mean, we're tired of the fake outrage. We're truly tired of it. And we really don't care what your opinion is anyway.
No, you don't have an opinion.
No, we don't want your opinion. We don't need your opinion. And if it offends you that much, honestly, you're just the biggest snowflake. You're willing to show it on television is all I see. So, all right, moving on from these racist pieces of human waste to the Trump family. So Donald Trump, guess who he decided he wants to be co-chair? You'll be shocked. Co-chair of the RNC. Lara Trump, who we looked it up yesterday when we were on Instagram Live. I looked her Wikipedia profile is the thinnest profile I've ever.
Yeah, he did say it.
It is literally the most pathetic Wikipedia profile. She has no accomplishments.
She is a nobody. She's a genuine nobody.
She has a bachelor's degree, so she did go to college, but her bachelor's degree is in communications.
Fine.
Not finance, not campaign law, not campaign finances. It's insane.
So she didn't go for political science. She didn't go for any financial education.
Nothing. Nothing. And she thinks she's a singer as well. So I cut that part into this next
Oh,
clip. This is her
God.
talking on a couple different shows about how she is going to give every penny to Donald Trump, which I think was the plan altogether.
If I'm elected to this position, I can assure you there will not be any more $70,000 or whatever exorbitant amount of money it was spent on flowers. Every single penny will go to the number one and the only job of the RNC. That is electing Donald J. Trump as president of the United States.
I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
The RNC should have one goal and one focus, and that is ensuring that the leader of the Republican Party, Donald J. Trump, is elected as the 47th president of the United States.
You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down.
And we are able to save this country. Here's what I can assure you. Any person walking into the doors of the RNC with any other goal in mind will be shown the door if I were elected to this position as co-chair of the RNC.
Co-chair? Yeah, let's hope she's as good at being co-chair of the RNC as she is at singing. They'll be out of money in a matter of weeks, probably.
I mean, like his entire administration was a masterclass in nepotism. Okay. And now, at a time where, I don't know, he just got a huge judgment against him and is getting to the point where he owes about $1 billion in fines.
I know. That's crazy.
It's weird to me that we're actually at a point where I don't know if the things that the Trump family, let's say out loud are intentional or they're just stupid. Because the point of the RNC and the DNC is not to fund just the candidate for president. It's actually it's actually one of the least important parts of those groups, because the main candidates typically get a lot of direct funding. The RNC and DNC's job is to take money and strategize which candidates at lower levels for Congress, for Senate, even on some local levels, need help in specific key strategic areas.
Right.
That is what that's for, so that money can be strategically put into those places so that they all have a chance to win in their districts. So you already don't know how this works, and you're admitting what you're using it for.
I know exactly. Saying the illegal part out loud. If you guys, you mentioned the judgment. So if you guys are interested in helping Donald Trump, the billionaire, in quotes, air quotes, don't worry. If you want to help him pay his judgment, there's a fucking GoFundMe page, man. Stand with Trump, fund the unjust judgment. Oh my God.
I would like to point out
this was early on. Mike checked it right before the show. This shit was up to like what, 45 grand?
$44,532 with. This is the part that's amazing.
Stop it, MAGA. Stop it.
1.2 thousand. Okay, 1,200 people so far have done that. So if you do the math on that, that's an impressive amount of money per person to give out. Now, is it a couple of people? It's not just two people giving a lot of money. You're talking right here with those numbers. You got 12,000 people or 1,200 people already giving that much money. Who is giving this money? Is it the people buying the NFTs? Is it the people that on Grift Social click on the link for the special edition MAGA hat? Is it the old ladies giving their Social Security money instead of playing bingo with it? They're giving it to Donald Trump. Like, who's giving to this guy?
GoFundMe page, just so blatantly,
and
like
at some point,
money.
At some point, if you keep taking money out of your wallet and putting it into a fireplace, you have to, if you're that dumb already to do that, ask yourself, why is this money burning up? Because you already accept that your money's going somewhere. Why, when I put it in there, does it just evaporate into thin air?
This isn't the only grift. Look at this one. This was posted for Valentine's Day. Look at this shit. Valentine's Day letter from Donald J. Trump. This is a Valentine's Day letter to my beautiful wife, Melania. Dear Melania, I love you. I'm reading it in this voice. Even after every single indictment, arrested witch hunt, You never left my side. You've always supported me through everything. I wouldn't be the man I am today without your guidance, kindness, and warmth. Send her your love. Donate now to Melania for Valentine's Day. That is pathetic. And he didn't even say Happy Valentine's Day or post a picture of her on Valentine's Day on True Social. This was like a fundraising email.
I would like to point out that he signed that letter to her, Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
Not like your boo,
your husband,
Bubba,
your loving husband,
the guy that you put up with. Donald J. Trump. Thank you. Transactional existence.
When I saw that, it was pathetic. And there was a ticker on that one that showed, so-and-so gave $25. So-and-so else gave $50. It just kept going across the bottom of the screen. People, keep your money.
You know how when you see
piss on it or set it on fire because it's like the same exact usefulness. I mean,
when you see those ads for like any gambling ads, right? And at the end of it, it's like the disclaimer: if you have you or someone has a gambling problem, we got to get to the point where everything for MAGA has to have that disclaimer. If you or anyone has a MAGA problem, like call this number. Look, again, I'm not like waving the Hillary flag, but she was right when she said these people need to be deprogrammed. Like,
that's funny.
How much? How many grifts do there have to be? Let's not forget the Wall GoFundMe, which Steve Bannon was charged and arrested with stealing the money from.
Yes.
So now we have another GoFundMe. Like, what is
this one? Isn't even about. It's basically just give me money for my legal worries about problems. I mean, this guy. We'll talk about it more tomorrow, but he got hammered. And it's more than 355 million because there's another 100 million in actual interest. So he actually got hit with almost $500,000.
And the best part is everything he wants to appeal, he has to put up that judgment as collateral before the appeals process begins, because they actually know that one of the best ways to not pay is to delay by just appealing endlessly. So they got smart and they passed laws that said, okay, you're allowed to appeal, but you can't use this as a delay tactic. So give us the money. It sits in escrow, and now we do the appeal.
Exactly. Which I don't think he has. Yeah. I mean, according to him,
he should start auctioning off those Trump Tower signs in New York.
Oh, that's gonna be so. Please let him sell Mar-a-Lago. God, that would be satisfying.
That would be amazing.
Man, that would be good. All right, moving on to some of the stuff he's been saying lately. Oh, first, actually, for the Super Bowl, somebody brought Trump entertainment to his doorstep at Mar-a-Lago. And keep in mind that Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist per a court of law. And we know he's been on Epstein's Island, and somebody in their infinite wisdom thought to bring him a high school cheerleading group and marching band. So there's underage girls you're going to see in this video just gyrating in front of a guy. Well, I'll just play the video I made. It speaks for itself.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Definitely not a typical father.
You can say that again. Now, how inappropriate is I get this old creepy dude who likes young women, who's been found liable for raping and abusing E. Jean Carroll, and you have underage girls dancing and gyrating in front of him on his lawn, just delivering him. It's like bringing the hens, dumping them in a big old thing with a fox, and then dumping barbecue sauce all over the hens.
Yeah, but a fox that has rabies.
I know, right? Yeah.
Well, I said this yesterday in the Instagram Live. You have a daughter. What would happen in your mind if she came home when she was in school and said, hey, Dad, guess what? Tomorrow we're going to be bussed to Donald Trump's house and dance for him.
Yeah, your daughter. Your daughter is probably like 15 or 16 years old. We're going to do gyrating motions in front of a pervert.
Now, something people don't want to talk about. something people don't want to talk about is, especially nowadays with the adoption of modern dance and different types of things, and I get it, modern cheerleading borders on inappropriate. Okay, we're talking about sexualized motions, sexualized dances, and implied movements. Okay,
even those freaking little kid pageants they used to make their kids
exactly
do, those were gross.
Those are even more where 90% of the people in the audience are actual pedophiles. But let's face it, this goes back to, again, a bunch of right-wing people that don't want a drag queen reading a book in a library, but they're okay signing up for their daughters to gyrate their asses in front of a rapist.
Yeah, not a good idea. All right, so that's the gross part. Now let's move on to some of his speeches, because he is.
You can call them that?
He's doing great.
he's doing
all
great.
there. He's all there mentally. He's just fine.
Guy's really shining like a turd.
Yeah, this one is Pennsylvania and South Carolina, so I just clipped them all together.
It doesn't matter.
We have to win in November, or we're not going to have Pennsylvania. They'll change the name. They're going to change the name of Pennsylvania.
Yell random words.
But when I say that Obama is the president of our country, blah, 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 they go, he doesn't know that's Biden. He doesn't know. So it's very hard to be sarcastic. When I interpose, because I'm not a Nikki fan and I'm not a Pelosi fan, and when I purposely interpose names, they said he didn't know Pelosi from Nikki. They are. Do you see this guy on television today? I mean, he's like a crazed lunatic. Round eyes.
What is he talking about?
The eyes are all round as hell. But I know he didn't have any plastic surgery. I know. The eyes are round.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. These are campaign speeches in front of like dead silent audiences, and you hear one asshole in the back like, woo!
That is something I'm noticing a lot of in all these speeches. The crowd, which is small, is deadly quiet. Like no one even knows what like his own idiots can't even cheer at the right points because he's not following any sort of basic speech structure. There's no you lead up to a point. There's no building of a concept. There's no punchline, if you will.
Nothing.
Now, also, the word interpose does not mean what you think it means, guy. Interpose means to, here we go, place or insert between one thing and another.
All right, he keeps trying to claim he's being sarcastic by forgetting names. That's not sarcasm. That's just, you're done.
You're just
well, let's see what Pennsylvania's the new name. We got Woke Sylvania. We got Drag Sylvania. Swifty-vania. I like that one. Pronoun Sylvania. Actually, I like that one the best.
Pronoun Sylvania is pretty good.
Thanks, Obama-vania. I'm in Pennsylvania, and if I had to vote, I would go with Pronoun Sylvania just because
it's a good one.
Fun to say. That is a really good one. All right. So more ridiculous stuff. He's also in South Carolina talking about his body and how much weight he's lost, which I'll agree. I think he's lost quite a bit of weight. I don't think it's from exercise. I'm pretty sure it is from a weight loss drug like Wegovy or what's the other one? Ozempic, something like that. We all saw the charts of the medicines handed out at the White House. We all know there's a lot of pharmaceuticals flying
around.
Yeah,
losing weight because of all the speed he's on.
Well, that could be it too. So let me show you the tweet or Truth on Truth Social that he put, and then I'll play the video because he talks about it's so good. The fake news used are, of course, it's fucking AI again. Damn it, AI. Create a picture on the top left. These are despicable people, but everyone knows that. The other pictures are me hitting golf balls today to show the difference. Sadly, in our country, fake news is all you get. Wow, from the king of fake news. All right, let me play this video where he's actually telling a room full of people about his body looking good, this post, and how good he's at hitting golf ball.
Here's the deal, what I want to do. Professional golfer, I play golf. I play very nice. Did you see the picture of me, the horrible picture with the stomach out to here? That was... So what I do is I'm putting up today a picture of me actually, what I actually look like hitting a ball, smashing the frickin' ball. And you'll see quite...
Yeah, he said smash.
I wouldn't say slim. But not bad. But the ball does go far.
Get over yourself.
I would say it goes about 9 times further than Biden can hit it 9 times.
Because that's an objective thing. You could even
that's
make
what
an
the people
inference
care about. Yeah,
But
that's what we care about, that you can hit a golf ball further than Biden.
It's funny because
shit, bro.
He's a perfect example and always will be, maybe the prime example of fragile masculinity, because he cares so much about the potential for something like that to have a negative impact on him. The thought of anyone thinking negatively of him in his mind is a grave injustice. Imagine, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's funny you say that, because that's what dictators do, like Kim Jong-un, Putin. You say anything bad. Like if you drew an offensive cartoon about Kim Jong-un, you'd be freaking executed or you would disappear. You know what I'm saying? He just is obsessed with looking and everybody thinking that he's the all-knowing, all-powerful.
Well, like people in North Korea, they'll that he doesn't actually cry. He doesn't poop. He doesn't. All right, shut up.
I know he doesn't poop.
And I'm taking that slightly from the movie, The Interview, but whatever. But let's play a game, right? If he can go out there and speculate on what Joe Biden might be able to do in a golf game, as if that matters, I'm gonna speculate and say, "Oh crap! I just lost my train of thought. Shit, sorry. Yep." No, I really did. I just lost my train of thought.
That happens with those ADHD people. So beyond talking about his body, he's also talking about pretty much extorting the entire world.
Wait, got it.
Go ahead.
Let's play. What would Joe Biden say if a reporter or anyone showed him a picture of an AI picture that made him look gross, let's say? You know, he would lean in and he would say something clever like, "Man, we should hire that guy. Whoever did that's a really good artist." My point is, he wouldn't acknowledge it or give it any weight and try and attack it and try and say, "No, this shouldn't impact your opinion on me." Because when real politicians or good ones, real adults are running, they know that hopefully the right people voting for them don't care about stupid shit like, "Oh, they made a fake picture of fatness." Who cares?
That's the thing, though. It's not even a fake picture, though, is it? It's a real picture.
I don't even care. That's the thing. I
can't even just say, like, he can't even be like, "Look at all the weight I lost. I look healthy now. I look great." No,
right? If he was smart,
that picture was AI. I've never been fat in my whole life. Every picture of me being fat is fake.
Yes,
always this.
That's where he goes. Instead of saying, "I want you to know where I was," like many Americans, struggling with weight issues, and now gearing up for the campaign, I have been running nonstop to get myself in office to help my fellow Americans, and I'm losing weight. Bullshit it, but he can't even do that because he's so petty.
Turned weight loss into something that's usually used for motivation, explaining how you lost weight. Instead, he turned it into it's AI. I was never fat. You were just mistaken. It's so insane, man. It's so absolutely, utterly insane. All right, we got one more thing that we do want to talk about. It's kind of a serious thing, but Donald Trump basically said he's going to extort the entire free world or anybody that's in NATO. If they don't pay him his money, they don't pay him enough money, he's going to tell Russia, just go ahead and attack him. So, yeah, let's watch this.
The presidents of a big country stood up and said, "Well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia,
that didn't happen.
Will you protect us?" I said, "You didn't pay? You're delinquent?" He said, "Yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay."
This guy doesn't understand. He rails about loyalty because he's a mob boss. He models himself after a mob boss, right? He's trying to install his daughter-in-law in charge of the bank, basically. But he doesn't understand how treaties work because he doesn't fundamentally believe in standing by your word. He believes everything's a grift, everything's a transaction, and there's always a better deal to be made.
Right.
The countries that belong to NATO have always stood by each other's back. Now, you can't say and I'm making up shit, why hasn't England given as much military support as the U.S.? Well, we spend more on our military, so we have more military. So proportionally, we're going to give more, as an example. Now, every member nation gives a portion of their gross domestic product to NATO for support for each other. Like you said yesterday, during 9/11, we got NATO support. During any tragedy, if we had a massive tragedy in this country, NATO would be here the next day to help us. Okay? That includes military actions. If Russia decided to attack the United States, all of NATO would send their troops over to obliterate Russia. We probably wouldn't even have to do anything. Okay.
See, that's the thing. He wants to leave NATO. He wants to be, he would create his own it would consist of North Korea, China, Russia, and then these guys would team up.
Is that he has no comprehension of the weight of the words of a world leader, because he uses words so cheaply and he grifts through language every time he speaks just to try and gauge an audience reaction so he could go on what he just said, no matter what it is. He doesn't understand World War III is something that will always be a threat, because anytime you have people with nuclear weapons, rhetoric, religion, anger, dictators, fascism, anything that is basically human, you're always going to have threat of shit breaking down badly. Okay. But when you have an alliance who's designed not to allow that to happen, you don't say, I'll let one of the biggest dictators on the planet in history do whatever they want if you don't theoretically pay your bill. So he's
under the misconception of it.
Unreal scenarios in which he would allow Russia to attack any country in NATO.
See, that's the thing. He's under the misconception that those countries like him. They think he's a joke. They laugh about him behind their backs, behind his back. Nobody takes this guy seriously. He's easily manipulated. You throw some cash at Donald Trump, he'll
throw an AI picture of how fat he is, and he freaks out. Like, come on.
Right, and he'll say one thing and do another. Like, perfect example, like recently it came out that he was gonna start talking about a 16-week abortion ban, while secretly behind closed doors working on a national abortion ban altogether. So,
and why is that? Donald Trump doesn't care about abortion. He cares about keeping that evangelical support. He just wants the support of the Christian nationalists. So if it takes, look, he already got rid of Roe v. Wade. He takes credit for it. So if he could get a national abortion ban, they'd worship him, right? Just like he said, I did nothing on guns, and all the gun people love him. A day before mass shooting.
He bragged about it.
What I want to point out, and this, I apologize, it's not going to be long, but there's a few words to it. And I think it's important, because if you look at Russia now, and I'm not going to say fully aggressive stance towards the whole world, but they're clearly aggressive in starting a war in Ukraine. Their rhetoric is such that we will destroy, we will take back what is out, all that stuff. We don't believe in the sovereignty of people, all that. Well, we dealt with that already. It was called the Soviet Union. FYI, Vladimir Putin is a trained KGB agent. He is a holdover from the Soviet Union. Okay. What happened the last time we had a president that was truly faced with the potential for World War III? Well, that's JFK. So let me read to you some words from an address he made about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And listen to the difference of someone who knows and understands the weight of their words and the seriousness of the moment in time. Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world. God willing, that goal will be achieved. Our policy has been one of patience and restraint, as benefits a peaceful and powerful nation, which leads a worldwide alliance. We have been determined not to be diverted from our central concerns by mere irritants and fanatics. The 1930s taught us a clear lesson. Aggressive conduct, if allowed to go unchecked and unchallenged, ultimately leads to war. This nation is opposed to war. We are also true to our word. Our unswerving objective, therefore, must be to prevent the use of these missiles against this or any other country, and to secure their withdrawal or elimination from the Western Hemisphere. What he said is, no circumstances justify war. no circumstances justify aggression. If you're not doing this peacefully, you are the problem. And if you go on national television and say, I will allow Russia to attack anyone they want because a theoretical bill wasn't paid, you are promoting World War III. You are promoting the idea of aggression as acceptable international policy.
And not only that, you're pretty much telling Russia they can attack anybody they want, and he ain't going to do shit about it to help. I mean, what kind of, and that actually
be more compromised.
NATO is not happy with Donald Trump right now.
You can't be more compromised than Donald Trump in every aspect of your life. He is the most corrupt,
you're absolutely right,
unintelligent, dangerous human being that has ever held any power. That's it.
Right. He's a threat to not only democracy, but our entire way of life.
Humanity. He's actually a threat
to freedom.
To humanity.
He is the entire world. Because I hate to tell everybody, but the United States falls, the entire world falls into chaos. Because they look to us for stability, for what is democracy, and we're failing right now. We have a big test coming up by the end of this year. So it's a pass or fail scenario. We'll see if democracy survives. That is all we have. That's actually a good place to end the show. It's all we have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And before I go, we are going to play a Lincoln Project ad. Or before we go, Mike's going with me. We're going to play a Lincoln Project ad that is driving Donald Trump up the walls about the whole border security hypocrisy. So we'll be back on tomorrow at 2 p.m. again live, doing our hour-long show. We got some good stuff lined up, and I got a lot of work to do to get that show ready. So we're going to go. Talk to you guys soon. See you tomorrow.
Joe Biden is ready to protect America's southern border, crack down on illegal crossings, set tough but fair new standards, build up Border Patrol, adding thousands of new agents, stop the flow of fentanyl, child sex traffickers, and even terrorists. There's only one problem.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump has ordered Republicans to block the toughest immigration bill in decades. For all their tough talk, their solution is to do nothing, because Donald Trump needs chaos to win.
He'd rather weaponize this issue than actually solve it.
If he wins, he'll do nothing, just like last time. His wall, a joke. Donald Trump doesn't care if your family's safety or the lives of law enforcement officers are in the balance. He's on the side of the cartels, coyotes, and child traffickers. There's only one candidate who will do something about our border, and it was never Donald Trump.